leaves the stage. say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Good afternoon. My name is Chris Louder, Superintendent of Cabarrus County Schools, and on behalf of the Cabarrus County Board of Education and the Cabarrus County Administration, I would like to welcome you to today's graduation ceremony as we celebrate and recognize the class of 2018. Each year around this time, I start thinking about graduation and how important it is. Graduating from a public high school is something that the vast majority of Americans experience and something we all share, and one of the reasons that it's such a special achievement. Because it's so special, I always try to think about what I want to say to all of you graduates and what I want you to take away on this day of success. As I contemplated the message, it became crystal clear what that message should be. Do not be afraid of failure. Let me explain what I mean. Failure can be awesome. Failure is often underrated, and sometimes losing is one of the best things that can happen to you. If you look at many important people in history, the list is filled with people that failed and lost. Abraham Lincoln went to war a captain and returned a demoted private. He failed at business, suffered a nervous breakdown, and lost 5 elections. He was in many ways a failure. He also led our nation through its greatest crisis and made the emancipation of slaves the official policy of the U.S. government. He may not have been able to do any of these important things if he wouldn't have failed first. Oprah Winfrey desperately wanted to be on television and become a TV anchor. She was demoted from her job as the anchor in Baltimore, and the producer told her she was unfit for television news. He said she got too invested in her stories and demoted her to a much lower daytime show. She failed. That show became a hit, and she used the investment in people and stories to create an empire and to become the undisputed queen of television and worth about $3 billion. Steve Jobs fired from the company that he created. Walt Disney fired as an animator and told he lacked imagination and had no good ideas. Steven Spielberg rejected 3 times from film school. J.K. Rowling rejected by 12 major publishers, and the list goes on and on. What is important about all of these stories is that these people didn't quit. They failed and learned and kept working towards what they wanted. It is not just work where failure is important, it is in many other aspects of life. Alfred Lord Tennyson said, "'Tis better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all." I think what he meant was that it was better to put your heart out there and lose than it is to sit on the sidelines and never tell a person how much you love them or never know what it means to be loved. So don't be afraid to put yourself on the line and have your heart broken in two. Having your heart broken the first time may make you more mature and prepared for love the second time. In my own life, even though I didn't know it at first, failure has helped me. I did okay in school and made mostly A's and B's, and then I hit geometry. I found it really difficult and pretty quickly got lost. I remember the first time the teacher passed out the test and I had absolutely no idea how to work any of the problems. I remember looking around the room and seeing everyone else start working. It was like the room was shrinking, and I realized and thought, I am the biggest failure in this room. I can't do any of this. And to some degree, I never recovered from that day in math. I lost my confidence and struggled with math every other time I took it. Later, when I was trying to decide what to do with my life, I kept getting drawn back to teaching and a need to try to explain things and connect with other people and hopefully help them not feel like a failure in the room. I became an English teacher, not a math teacher. I loved all of the time I spent as a teacher, and I would tell you that the most important thing that helped me as an educator was knowing what it was like to be in that geometry classroom. Knowing what it was like to start sweating because I didn't know or understand what was going on. That was the most important skill I had as a teacher because I could help other students that didn't understand. I'm thankful for struggling in geometry because I believe that struggling actually made me a much better teacher. Pat Conroy, author of The Prince of Tides and The Lords of Discipline, wrote a lesser-known book called My Losing Season. It's one of my favorite books. Mr. Conroy was a senior on the basketball team for the Citadel in 1966 and 67. The team finished 8-17. In other words, they were a losing team. My Losing Season is about all the things he learned about himself and life during that year. He said, "Many of my teammates wish that year never happened. I consider it one of the great years of my life, if not the greatest. If I could change history, if I could change everything that happened that year, if I could bring us a national championship, I wouldn't do it." We live in a world where everyone and everything tells you that you must always win, 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 win at all costs. Mr. Conroy offers a different take. He says, winning makes you think that you'll always get the girl, land the job, deposit the $1 million check, win the promotion, and you grow accustomed to a life of answered prayers. Loss is a fiercer, more compromising teacher, cold-hearted but clear-eyed in its understanding that life is more dilemma than game and more trial than free pass. My acquaintance with loss has sustained me during the stormy passages of my life, and though I learned some things from the games we won that year, I learned much, much more from loss. And so to the class of 2018, we say congratulations. As you go out into the world, know that failure is a part of everyone's story. You have nothing to fear. Your experience and your family and your teachers and your community have prepared you to live a great life. Even though there will be difficulties, your ability to fail and keep fighting is what will determine your destiny. My wish for you is very simple. It is that you try your best and you learn how to fail, because failure is how every major success story begins.
Good afternoon and welcome. On behalf of the class of 2018, I would like to welcome all faculty, friends, families, distinguished guests, and most importantly, the graduating senior class of Hickory Ridge to today's commencement ceremony. I am Adam Goers, Student Body President of Hickory Ridge High School. What an unforgettable 4 years it has been. It seems as if it was just yesterday that we were shy freshmen roaming the halls of Hickory Ridge. Just yesterday that we attended our first class, our first football game, our first and only glow stick pep rally. We have grown exceptionally over these past 4 years. I can confidently say that we have all transformed into well-educated, outgoing, successful, and better-looking individuals. Thanks, puberty. Every graduate sitting in this building today plays a vital role in creating the puzzle that I like to call Hickory Ridge. We have all contributed to Hickory Ridge's overwhelming success over the past 4 years. Whether that may be through academics, athletics, clubs, or simply picking up trash because you like bowl time, we wouldn't be here today without our fellow classmates around us. As we move on from high school, let's not forget about all of those who have been there for us throughout the past years. I would like to thank all of the staff, administration, and parents for dedicating their time towards helping us succeed. Teachers, thank you for spending countless hours before, during, and after school dedicated towards giving us the best education possible. Counselors, thank you for helping us through class choices, college applications, and solving all of our problems. Administration, thank you for providing us with a safe and supportive school that we are proud to call home. Last but not least, parents, thank you for your endless care and believing in us despite many challenges. Class of 2018, we are one of the most successful classes in Hickory Ridge history. Let's take a look at some of our achievements. Seniors, we have accumulated roughly $12 million of scholarship money. During our past 4 years, our athletic teams have won 20 conference championships, 7 individual state championships, 3 Wells Fargo Cups, and won Hickory Ridge's first ever Commissioner's Cup. Our Blue Regiment Marching Band has won Grand Champion at 6 competitions during the past 4 years. One notable recognition being the first ever Providence Cup win in school history. In addition, at NPA, our band has received a superior rating, which is the highest possible rating in all levels throughout the past 4 years. We have proudly represented Hickory Ridge not only as exceptional students in the classroom, but as even better individuals outside of the classroom. We have left our mark on our community as outgoing and compassionate leaders. I urge that we all continue to take these characteristics with us as we move on into the world. Seniors, today is our day. Today is the day that we have worked so hard for throughout the course of our lives. We deserve every bit of this achievement. As I said earlier, we have all been vital to the success of Hickory Ridge over the past 4 years. But as we walk out these doors today, we are vital to the success of the world that we live in. We have established our roots here at Hickory Ridge, and now we need to build on this foundation, take our unique talents, and leave a mark on the world as Raging Bulls. Well-known entrepreneur Steve Jobs once said, "Being the richest man in the cemetery doesn't matter to me. Going to bed at night saying we've done something wonderful, that's what matters to me." I ask everyone here today to challenge yourself to go out into the world and to do something wonderful while inspiring others to do the same. At the end of the day, our success will not be measured by material items that we collect, but rather by the impact we make and the legacy that we leave behind. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2018.
Good afternoon, seniors, parents, teachers and staff, family and friends, and welcome to the commencement of Hickory Ridge High School's class of 2018. My name is Jordan Cruz. I am the senior class president of Hickory Ridge High School. It is my pleasure to stand in front of you today to share a few words and introduce the distinguished guests of today's graduation. Today's distinguished guests include Dr. Chris Louder, Superintendent. Lynn Reimer, Deputy Superintendent of Operations. Kelly Klutz, Chief Financial Officer. Dr. Kelly Probst, Assistant Superintendent of Auxiliary Services. Glenda Jones, Superintendent of Human Resources. Dr. Crystal Hill, Assistant Superintendent of Curriculum and Instruction. Cindy Furtenbaugh, Board of Education Chair. Carolyn Carpenter, Board of Education Vice Chair. David Harrison, Board of Education. Dr. Robert Kirk, Board of Education. Vince Powell, Board of Education. Barry Shoemaker, Board of Education. And lastly, Robert Walter, Board of Education. Thank you for being here. And now, a few words from myself. The All-American football coach Vince Lombardi once said, "The price of success is hard work, dedication to the job at hand, and the determination that whether we win or lose, we have applied the best of ourselves to the task at hand." Seniors, today we close the book on our high school success story. As we look back, we reflect on the things that shaped the chapters written in these years, such as running to class freshman year because you got lost, or taking pride in walking to class sophomore year because you were no longer lost, or attending spirit and sports events junior year that were so intense you lost your voice the next day, or struggling and conquering senioritis this year. Yes, parents, it's a real thing. Overall, we have applauded the successful parts of high school, such as thriving in our classes, dominating in our sports, and walking across this stage today. We have overcome the exhausting late nights and the dreadful early mornings of high school. I don't know about you, but in the 4 years of being here, getting up early never got easier. In our journey, we have won and we have lost. We have made mistakes and we have learned from them. Through it all, we have been dedicated to this moment. The moment you and the people here who have been with you through every chapter take pride in the success you have achieved. Tomorrow, you start a new success story. You apply yourself to new goals. Tomorrow, you become determined to achieve greater things that direct the success of your future. All of us are capable of amazing things. Let's go show the world just how amazing we can be. Congratulations, class of 2018. Thank you, and go Bulls.
Good afternoon, faculty, staff, family, friends, and the class of 2018. Today is the day that the countdown apps on our phones finally hit the 0 mark, the day that we move our tassels to the other side, the day that we close one chapter in our book called life and start a new one. For the past 13 years of our lives, we have studied, worked together on projects, pulled all-nighters, and stressed more than we should have for this very moment. So take it in, enjoy it. Today is about you and your many accomplishments. Let's rewind back to freshman year. Remember how small and awkward we all were, walking into uncharted territory, getting lost in the breezeways, and trying to navigate who to sit with in the cafeteria. Soon, you made your friends and found your group. We have made so many memories since those seemingly distant 4 years ago. We remember things like Mr. Ford dancing to Beyonce's Single Ladies at a pep rally, or the pep rally where it was raining glow sticks. We remember the time when we watched Mr. Smith and the rest of the administrators whip and nay-nay, and we have seen how bowl time has changed ever since it was implemented our freshman year. We remember all of the Friday night football games and how no matter win or lose, we went to Sonic after. We remember our Lady Bulls basketball team going all the way to state championships. We remember when we got to play with puppies before exams to release some stress. And we remember all of the cram sessions at Rocky River Coffee the night before a test or before a paper was due. We also remember when we all came together as a student body when we mourned the loss of one of our own, Justice. As we reflect on these past 4 years, think about all of the people that stood behind you. Think about all of the people that gave you that extra nudge to finish that final project. The people that stayed up late with you explaining that one math concept you just could not understand. The people that were there to give you a hug and shoulder to cry on when the stress just became too much to handle. Those people are most likely in the room right now. They are your family, teachers, and friends. I ask you, class of 2018, to thank them for their constant support. Without them and everything they have done for us, we would not be sitting here today. In our time here at the Ridge, we have learned many lessons, and they weren't just the ones that were taught in the classroom. We were taught to be responsible for our own actions. We were always told to make it a great day or not, the choice is yours. We learned to be a family that is all in. We learned that in order to succeed, we have to work together. We learned to give back to our community, and that is now something we all practice on a daily basis. We learned that in time of crisis or in victory, we can always rely on each other. We all came in freshman year as over 400 individuals, but today, graduates, we leave as one family, the best class, the class of 2018. We are the largest class to graduate in Hickory Ridge High School history. We have had the highest number of platinum scores on the ACT Work Keys test. Our band has gone to 2 different countries in the past 4 years. Our football team and women's basketball team have made it farther than they ever have in our school's history, not to mention the huge successes of all of our athletics. None of these things would have been possible without the contributions and support that each and every one of you have made. These past 4 years have been filled with numerous ups and downs, but I believe that none of us would trade them for anything in the world. We didn't believe our family or teachers when they told us it would go by in a blink of an eye, but they were right. This is it. This is the last time that all of us will be sitting in the same room ever again. Savor this moment. Take time to reflect on these past 4 years before you start the next chapter of your story. We all leave today as Hickory Ridge alumni and embark on our new adventure. Always remember to make the most of every experience. Be smart in every decision you make and enjoy life. Most importantly, remember that once a bowl, always a bowl. Please join me in congratulating the graduating class of 2018.
Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Sean Poole, principal at Hickory Ridge High School, and I welcome you to the class of 2018 graduation ceremony. Hickory Ridge High School class of 2018 seniors, it has been an honor and privilege serving as your principal this academic year. I thank you for your support, school spirit, and leadership as I completed my inaugural year. Hickory Ridge High School's class of 2018 has demonstrated a propensity to succeed on the largest of stages. Be it in the classroom, on the competition surface, on a stage, or in the community, this senior class has displayed their talents, passions, skills, and accomplishments and achievements to their fullest extent. Some would say that we have assisted you. However, I would argue that you have taught us more about service, compassion, commitment, and character than we could have hoped to teach you. For that, I am thankful to have gotten to know and grow with you. Class of 2018, you have made a significant impact on Hickory Ridge High School, and now we are eager to see the trail you were blazed while chasing your dreams. At this time, it is my honor and privilege to recognize the achievements of our graduating class. Many of these achievements are recognized through cords or stoles and are noted in the program. As I state the achievements that you have earned, seniors, please stand to be recognized and remain standing. Summa cum laude. Magna cum laude. Cum laude. In addition, if you have received an athletic scholarship, academic scholarship, performing arts scholarship, or have committed to one of the branches of the United States Armed Forces, would you please stand? Ladies and gentlemen, standing before you today are students who have accumulated over $12 million in scholarship offers and excellence in academic achievement. This is nothing short of amazing, which is symbolic of this graduating class. At this time, may I have all seniors stand to be recognized. I have asked all the seniors to stand at this time because each senior has played his or her part in the overall success of this graduating class by pushing his or her classmate academically, athletically, and through the performing arts on a daily basis. Join me in giving the senior class a round of applause. Seniors, you may be seated. We will now begin the presentation of diplomas. We respectfully request everyone hold their applause for the graduates until the entire senior class has been recognized. This is in an effort to ensure that every name is clearly heard by all who are in attendance for this memorable event.
Marshals, take your places. Derek Wayne Bell, Jr. Essence Lanice Carey Newton. Dylan Randall Hudgens. Jeanette Aguilar Nahera. Hayden Elijah Alexander. Ariana Lanice Allen. Malia Christine Allen. Darren Christopher Almond. Keaton Seth Anderson. Maya Simone Anderson. Autumn Bailey Anthony. Rain Sutitha Antrim. Mariana Araújo. Keaton James Arbery. Brittany Nicole Arney. Nicholas Robert Ashley. Kaylee Marie Ocello. Naomi Daniela Balaj. Harris Balta. Owen Michael Barber. Zion Emmanuel Barnett. Kyra Billy Barrier. Hector Manuel Batalla. Cameron Scott Bowdy. Jonathan Wade Baxter. Aubrey Lynn Becker Eisenhower. Andrew Thomas Biter. Darian Rashawn Bell. Alec Charles Berger. Glenrick Curtis Betty. Patrick Ryan Byer. Robert Joseph Bissonette III. Michaela Bizel. Jennifer Opal Ann Blake. Nanette Marie Bolenbecker. Tucker Lee Borchardt. Braden Scott Bossert. Jeremiah Quinton Boyd. Brock Allen Braxton. Reagan Ashley Bricker. Nia Simone Briscoe. Jalen Allen Brooks. Nicholas John Carl Brooks. Ross Alexander Brulette. Sean Shamir Timothy Brown. Tantania Majaya Brown. Imani Kai Bryant. Quinlan Bunton. Alyssa Kathleen Burns. Joseph Jack Calandra. Marco Stefano Calderon Fernandez. Weston Patrick Calhoun. Carlos Santiago Camargo. Sibby Catherine Haley Knipe. Gabriella Susan Caputo. Alexander Nielsen Corellis. Jada Lanai Carlton. Kaylee Odessa Carroll. Alexandra Elaine Carter. Mackenzie Dawn Casey. Kyle James Castor. Dashiel Trapper Cawley. Caleb Logan Cheney. David Choi. Sophie Alyssa Crisco. Chase Raider Christensen. Cameron Anthony Christie. Dakota Ray Christie. Christopher Marcus Clark. Brendan Paul Clemens. Alana Ann Klaus. Elizabeth Clarice Cord. Robert Lloyd Cord Jr. Sadiq Ames Coleman. Cheyenne Nicole Colon. Suhey Samantha Consuegra. Joshua Pierce Cook. Robert Allen Cook. John Denham Corwin. Matthew Patrick Koslian. Drew Jarrett Cottrell. Corey John Robert Coulter. Carly Ellis Cousinal. Madison Marie Covey. Andrew Ian Coyle. Shelly Lee Craig. Jordan Hope Cruz. Brandy Allison Crump. Caitlin Marie Cummings. Gabrielle Sky Dabney. Dominic Frank Dadio Jr. Annalena Patrice D'Amico. Michael Grayson Daniels. Nikita Dantuluri.
Connor Williams Davison. Jordan Daniel Davis. Avery Caroline Deason. Sarah Grace Dees. Advaith Dio. Brianna Nicole Dickens. Demarius Marquise Dillard. Joshua Blake Dockery. Madison Michelle Doggett. Jacob Kellen Doherty. Bryn Cecilia Douglas. Britton Daniel Dover. Carson Edward Duggan. Cassie D. Duran. William Neil Durkin Jr. Alexandria Elizabeth Durning. Janera Shania Edmonds. Anthony Charles Edney. Jermaine Lamont Edwards. LeVar Damon Edwards. Xavier James Edwards. Muhammad El Ali. Hannah Eileen Epstein. Mitchell Owen Evelyn. Ramya Air Larison. Angelina Catherine Fardella. Liam McKay Feeney. Christopher John Philippa Jr. Allison Victoria Figueroa. Isaac John Figueroa. Brendan Bame Fisher. Noah Arthur Flatt. Joseph Anthony Fleckenstein. Tatiana Ernestine Flores. Olivia Lynn Foley. Bradley Thomas Folks. LeVar Leary Fredericks. Jessica Diane Freeman. Megan Rose Friedman. Thomas Kenneth Fudala. Liesel Lane Furr. Ashton Bethany Gabranas. Nicole Marie Gaeta. Nicole Gao. Bryce Douglas Gardner. Jarrett Taylor Gardner. Hannah Nicole Garris. Megan Elise Gates. Sydney Monique Gibbs. Ashley Nicole Gillespie. Zachary Douglas Gillison. Justin Glover. Grant Stephen Goebel. Adam Randall Goers. Malia Alexa Gogarty. Monet Sherry Goins. Mark Gonzalez. Autumn Michelle Goodwin. Madison Michelle Graham. Kennedy Grant. Rena Maha Green. Hannah Dawn Greer. Tyler Russell Greger. Jalen Griffin. Stacy Guzman. Nicholas Grayton Habjanik. Andrew Brett Hale. Bennett Craig Hale. Mackenzie Jane Hammock. Rachel Marie Hardy. Joshua David Harper. Mason Simon Herrickfeld. Savannah Joy Harris. Tyreek Lee Harris. Hannah Danielle Harrison. Benjamin Tenard Hawkins. Nicholas William Hawkins. Alexander Hales. Dalton James Haywood. Cade Ashlyn Haywood. Keenan Shamar Haywood. Dwayne Dominic Hector. Connor Daniel Helm. Harris Blair Hennessy III. Josiah Malachi Herrero. Rachel Elizabeth Hill. McKenna Elise Holland. Yasmin Omar Hanani. Noah Matthew Hornberg. Madison Elizabeth Horton. Rebecca Jeanette Houchin. Mitchell William Hubert. Natalie Ann Hubert. Stormy Stacy Hughes Jr.
Starlet Marie Haven Huntley. Adelaide Marie Huster. Corey Scott Hyatt. Kayla Jasmine Eiffel. Lindsay Ginger Eisenhower. Neha Laxmi Jakanpali. Madison Noel Jeanette. Camden Reed Jessup. Cameron James Johnson. Andrew Eric Jones. Braden Eli Jones. Kayla Alexis Jones. Caitlin Nicole Jones. Mariah Danae Jones. Bellamay Jordan. Benjamin Ross Jordan. Briella Jordan. Rachel Kaluzny. Ginette Kanenda. Hamad Kashmiri. Anna Riley Keatley. Connor Sean Kelly. Nicholas Edward Kinzierski. Andrew Christian Kahn. Fayu Ethan Kunseveth. Zechariah Jermaine King. Bennett Owen Kirby. Melissa Karen Kissling. Matthew Joseph Kolkuski. Nicholas Joseph Kolsch. Sydney Olivia Kuman. Alyssa Kai Kragness. Sautier Arnando Lacayo. Mackenzie Elizabeth Lale. Justin Edward Lang. Jordan Tyler Landers. Robert Allen Lanier. Kristen Noel LaPiana. Grace Autumn Law. Baron Van Lay. Austin David Ledbetter. Ryan Todd Ledbetter. Jamie Lee. Jarvis Darnell Leggett Jr. Samuel Douglas Licken. Cameron David Lies. Caitlin Marie Lisk. Stephanie May Lockwood. Reham Lone. Ryan Michael Looney. Garrett Ryan Losall. Jarrett Alexander Ludwig. John Charles Lundy Jr. Mia Marissa McCall. Navita Nikki Madhu. Tara Nicole Mahler. Talia Renee Maldonado. John Dylan Mangum. Lauren Janelle Martin. Cheyenne Itzel Martinez. Alyssa Michelle Mattingly. Matthew Hunter Mooney. Michael Thomas Maver. Banks Franklin Maynard. Rachel Marie McCloskey. Ryan Joseph McConville. William Connor McGee. Kevin Thomas McLaughlin. Christian Amias McLean. Alexandra Carey McClendon. Kevon Jordan Meertens. Quentin Avery Minchin. Zaria Dominique Metcalf. Catherine Lee Michalik. Nicholas Allen Miglaccio. Taylor Alexandria Milborn. Benjamin Park Miscali. Sophia Kyoko Mistry. Ozio Molina. Destiny Alana Moore. Jayla Camille Moore. Diana Isabella Moreno. Claudia Wendy Moorings. Christine Taylor Morris. Jordan Alex Morris. Tori Lynn Morrow. Rami Michelle Mullen. Brahim Shahid Murphy. Jason Musau. Michael Carl Mutterer. Sarabesh Natarajan. Sarah Amanda Naylor. Tram Wynn. David Cole Noble.
Edward Kwaku Efe. Juanita Vaughn Otley. Kendall Tate Overton. Ashley Elizabeth Owens. Ezra Palacios. Isaac Joseph Parker. Richard Fillmore Parker III. Sean Christian Parker. Krupa Sanjeev Patel. Zachary Michael Petit. Talia Samara Patterson. Amir Choyvon Penn. Jordan Tyler Perkins. Tyler Morris Perkins. Erica Frances Phillips. Julia Nicole Pierce. Brittany Paige Poole. Thomas Richard Powers. Kendall Ellen Poitras. Mackenzie Shea Preston. Grace Lee Prilleman. Andrew Michael Pruitt. Richard Dalton Pryga. Haley Morgan Pulliam. Bryce Carlos Punselin. Jared Michael Purser. Walter Ray Putnam. Zachary Jamison Pine. Anderson Lee Rains. Amanda Joyce Rykovich. Dylan Matthew Ratliff. Alexander James Reed. Joseph Vincent Retino. Bailey Michael Rice. Cameron Chandler Richardson. Jacob Michael Roberts. Braden Scott Robertson. Grace McKenna Robinson. Sanea Kiara Hunter. Charles Jackson Rodriguez. Raquel Gianna Rodriguez. Seth Vincent Rogashevsky. Brandon Lewis Romeo. Alina Maria Rudnitsky. Layla Anna Saliba. Connor Marchand Salisbury. Mackenzie Brooke Satterfield. Brandon Alexander Searcy. Jacob Neil Sheeling. Cameron Elizabeth Schlechte. Tiffany Lee Selberg. Mason Scott Sellers. Taylor Simone Shaw. Victoria Evelyn Shaw. Jira Keone Shears. Zion Donta Sheriff. Benjamin Thomas Shue. Nicholas Perry Siebert. Abbas Singh. Nicholas Antonio Slaughter. Caleb Marshall Smith. Dylan Patrick Smith. Gabrielle Chantagenay Smith. Jillian Renee Smith. Lachem Taja Smith. Michaela Danae Smith. Savannah Leanne Smith. Seth Gabriel Smith. Justin William Smolinski. Robert Daniel Snyder. Tina Dalston Sorensen. Michael Gabriel Stafford. Lily Grace Status. Naomi Michaela Steele. Ashlyn Joy Stevens Rucker. Marie Nicole Stewart. Robert Michael Stewart. Lillian Marie Stillwell. Anna Louise Stone. Ariana Lorraine Swan. Maya Rachel Swan. Corey David Sweet. Emily Louise Sweet. Taylor Jane Sweet. Muhammad Hassan Tahir. Joseph Michael Tamarit Jr. Gregory Jerome Tate Jr. Catherine Annette Tolera. Raheem Shakir Thomas. Caitlin Nicole Thompson. Lawrence Paul Thompson IV. Jaden Scott Tibbs. Patrick Heath Tillman. Cody Anthony Tadero.
Joshua Michael Topper. Ricardo Torres Jr. India Alay Towns. Vin An Tran. Savannah Ray Trout. Claudia Diane Tudors. Anthony Minsu Tulo. Aaron Joy Tulla. Alexis Nicole Vixnoris. Matthew Jacob Van Vliet. Dimitri Thomas Vaughn. Anthony Cesar Velasquez. Caitlin Jasmine Veloz. Dominic Anthony Venuti. Nicole Rose Verleza. Tyler Howard Vickers. Julia Renee Vols. Alyssa Christine Wagner. Deshaun Glenmore Walker. Dylan Garrison Wayne Walker. Taylor Alexandria Wallace. Tishana Junisha Walters. Charlotte Wang. Maria Wang. Julie Marie Waterman. Jackson Powers Waterman. Timothy Andrew Weatherman. Noah Andrew Witchell. Sean Thomas Whipple. Caleb Ryan Wisnant. Jameson Quinn White. Jerry Eugene Whitley III. Jessica Noel Wyke. Haley Nicole Willis. Robert Alexander Willis. Brantley Mace Wingler. Bradley Pierce Winnie. Claire Weir. Jaden Sierra Young. Kelly CGAU. Jayla Romani Zanders. Michael Daniel Zalonis. Corey Michael Ziegler. And Michael Alexander Ziskind.
In closing, I would like to share a quote by American author Mark Twain, which fits this graduating class, "Follow your dreams." It was Mr. Twain who once said, 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the ones that you did. So throw off the bow lines, sail away from the safe harbor, catch the trade winds in your sails, dream, discover, explore. Would the members of the class of 2018 stand to be recognized? In recognition of your successful completion of all the requirements for a high school diploma, as established by the Cabarrus County Board of Education and the state of North Carolina, and upon that confirmation of this fact by the faculty of Hickory Ridge High School, Seniors, please turn your tassels from the right to the left. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the class of 2018. At this time, I would like everyone to remain seated as special guests, faculty, and staff and administration begin the recessional out, and you can meet your graduate in front of the arena. Thank you.
Flatten your stands. Don't move yet. Flatten your stands and push them down. Flatten and push them down.